Imagine next year at around this time, and you've actually sacrificed this whole year, you've actually focused, you've actually changed your habits, and you achieved your goals. You lost that weight, you got that partner, you got that dream relationship, you got married, you bought that house, you got that car. That is actually possible. Because the worst feeling, in my opinion, in my life, is next year being the same person that I am. Is next year being in the same place that I am. Is next year having the same skills and not improving. I want you guys to focus on this one skill this year. And if you actually develop this skill, if you go throughout the whole year, you don't have to do it every day, but this one skill will set you up for your whole life. It's what guys like Leonardo da Vinci learned, guys like Michelangelo learned, guys like Elon Musk learned, guys like Tesla, Einstein, they all did this one thing that I'm gonna talk about. And I know for sure, if you just focus on this year, after that, all of your goals will be much easier to achieve. And that is this. Develop the skill of learning. Learning how to learn. I'm telling you, I'm gonna give you guys, for example, I'm a painter, right? I play basketball. I'm a pretty good basketball player. I did boxing for a few years. I did MMA. I was an artist. I do YouTube. I did therapy. Not therapy. I worked as a counselor. I did marketing. I played the drums, and all of those things I learned through this. Now, how do you learn how to learn? If you don't know how to learn, you're never going to achieve your goals. That is an undeniable fact. You have to learn the process of learning. And the problem is that a lot of you guys never got that reference. That's why it's so good that when you're a child, that's why it's so good to practice something, to get good at something. Because when you're a kid and you get good at something, your brain begins to understand the process of learning. The problem is that too many people don't understand that to learn something, it goes slow, right? And so you got to almost like learn one thing, so that then when you're learning something else, you could use that one thing you learned to motivate you for that. Let me give you an example. I play basketball, and I was always bad at basketball. And I remember in 2016, I decided to get good at it. And I remember I asked myself, what can I practice to become a better shooter? So I learned that if I just focus on form shooting with one hand from the free throw line all the way to the three-point line, you do that for 10 minutes, and then you go with two hands until you get to the three-point line, and then you go with the one dribble pull-up, and you do that for like 30 minutes a day. You just practice that. What happened? In the first month, I was frustrated because the shots were not going in. I didn't understand that in order to learn something, right? In order to learn something, you have to learn how to overcome frustration. Frustration is a sign that your brain is processing complexity. Frustration is a sign that your brain is processing complex skills. And if you leave in the midst of frustration, you're never going to truly learn it. You're going to learn half-assed skilled. And the next time you learn something else, you're going to remember the frustration, and you're going to remember the fact that you quit. What you have to be able to do is you want to enter the state of accelerated returns. There's a book, Mastery, that talks about this. The state of accelerated return is when you practice after a certain time of practicing and being frustrated, there comes a point in time when you're practicing, and it feels like you're not making improvement. Sometimes it feels like you're not. But then if you keep going consistently, this happens. That all of a sudden, boom, you get good. Like literally. But the problem is that too many people give up here. Too many people give up in that one area. They never truly get to this point. And so that's truly at the core of learning, is that at first it's frustrating. At first it's slow. At first you're making mistakes. At first you feel judged, you feel self-conscious, and it doesn't feel like you're improving. But I'm telling you, with art, with basketball, with drumming, with YouTube, with Christianity, because I was Christian, with Buddhism, with everything, you have the same pattern. And so what it does with basketball, so I began practicing and practicing and practicing, and one day, all of a sudden, I was automatic. All of a sudden, I was just automatic, but only automatic in practice. It took another 2 months of consistent practice for it to show up in games. But that's the way your brain works. And too many people just want fast results. Too many people they just want fast results. And so this year, I don't want you guys to focus on making this or making that. What I want you guys to focus on is learning how to learn. Find one skill. Find one skill. Practice that one skill. I don't care what it is. It could be knitting. It could be basketball for me. And you might say that's irrelevant, but you know what happened after that? After I got good at basketball, I began doing YouTube. And I remember when I was doing YouTube and I was frustrated, I said to myself, Alexis, remember when you played basketball and those first 3 months of practicing, it didn't seem like it was working? And then all of a sudden you overcame frustration? That's what this gives you. It gives you reference experience, where if you feel frustrated right now, your brain will automatically remember the time you didn't give up and achieved it. Like that's how that works. And so every time, I swear to God, even to this day, every time I feel frustrated, I think back to basketball. I think back to the fact that I struggled, and then if I kept going at it, and I developed a reference experience. If you quit the skill you're trying to learn, you're gonna develop a negative reference experience. You're not gonna think of this, you're gonna think of this, and it's gonna make you quit. Too many people quit too early. Once you learn how to do this, I swear to God, your brain will receive a massive amount of dopamine, and it's gonna wanna replicate that feeling of overcoming frustration. But you gotta be careful, because a lot of people give in before they consciously give up. You gotta be careful with this. Too many people give up unconsciously before they give up. Meaning, there comes 2 months before giving up, you gave up already 2 months earlier. You kind of start to mentally check out. So really the real key here, the real challenge here is not learning a skill. The real challenge is learning how to keep your mind focused on that skill. And your mind is gonna wanna give up and go in different direction. No, you keep it there. You stay focused, keep practicing. Let the end of the year come. Practice that one skill. I promise you, at the end of the year, you're gonna say, oh my God, I can't believe I'm so much better. And what you're gonna start wondering is, what else can I learn? What else can I learn? You could use that to lose weight. You could use that to improve your relationships. You could use that to earn money. You could use that to help people. All of those things are possible if you just learn how to learn. I would recommend you guys check out the book Mastery by Robert Greene. It's actually one of the books. The first step, if you ask, what should I do? Well, the first chapter of Mastery goes like this. You possess a kind of inner force that seems to guide you towards your life's task, what you are meant to accomplish in the time that you have to live. In childhood, this force was clear to you. It directed you towards activities and subjects that fit your natural inclination, towards what was whatever deep and primal. In the intervening years, this force fades in and out as you listen to different voices. I forgot that part. But the point is that you listen to different voices, you see people making money, you see people getting rich quick, and so you want to abandon this. Don't abandon it. You're learning how to learn. Learning how to learn is the most important skill. That is, there's no denying that. So just practice. It could be the smallest skill. Give your brain reference of success, all right? And I can promise you, if you do this year will be the most unforgettable year, because that year, I still can't forget that. I still can't forget that. It's because of basketball I'm here. It's because I found something that I could practice. Something that I didn't believe I could do. I felt doubt, and I still fucking pushed through it. Now, anytime I feel doubt, I understand that this doubt is an illusion. It's your own way to self-sabotage. Fuck that doubt, push through it, and I can promise you, once you do that, you'll want to do it over and over again. And the beauty about it is that it gets easier, all right? So let's remember this, okay? Let's do a little review. Develop the skill of learning how to learn. That's the most important skill. I don't care what you tell me. The most important skill is learning how to learn, okay? The next thing is find one skill, usually a skill that you wanted to learn as a child. It could be basketball. It could be drumming. Like for me, I don't care how irrelevant it is. Find something to focus on, right? And and remember, when you're first learning, it doesn't feel like you're making improvement. And then before you make improvement, you're actually gonna dip, and that's usually your frustration. And then if you keep going, what happens? Boom, you break through, and then you enter the state of accelerated returns. That is when you overcome frustration. And the state of accelerated return is that you are getting better, and because of that, you want to practice more. And because you want to practice more, you get better at it, which then makes you want to practice more, which then you get better at it, and then you could potentially reach the level of masters. And I believe that's what I did. And in this video, I want to encourage you guys to do that, you know? I want you to understand that this process is the most important thing you got to learn in life. Learning how to learn is the most important skill to learn in life. And if you guys neglect this part, what's going to happen is that you will then learn skills that you don't want to learn. You're going to learn skills that are not meant for you. You're going to learn skills that actually self-sabotage you. You can't do that. If you don't have conscious practice, you're gonna practice the wrong things, and those wrong things are difficult to unlearn, you know. And the beauty about it is that when other people see this, they're gonna hopefully be inspired by you. Honestly, it's gonna get them. They're gonna hate on you. That's what's gonna happen. They're not gonna be inspired. They're just going to hate on your ass because it really makes people feel insecure. The fact that you're so motivated and that you're so focused, you know. But hopefully you have good friends, and hopefully they encourage you. And you guys encourage yourself, okay? Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day. May this year be your best year, and take care. Bye-bye.